Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 14 of Speak On It, the Oscar Robertson episode. Shout out to Russell Westbrook, who now leads the NBA in all-time triple-doubles. It's also Dirk Nowitzki's international number, so this is the Dirk Nowitzki International German episode as well. Welcome. I am your host, Danny Ocean, as always, joined by the smoothest man on the planet, Losty Mix. How you living, baby?
Hey man, first off, people, I just had one of the best brownies maybe in the history of pastries. That thing was banging. Shout out to the chef who made it. Shout out chef, me, my damn self. So I made some good chocolate chip brownies. But people, it's always as usual. It's always a pleasure to be here with my man, Danny Ocean. You already know when you see this Nas fade, it could only be one brother, the good brother, Losty Mix. It's a blessing to be here. What's good? What's good?
So, are these out of the box of brownies, or are you making these joints from scratch? You low key a baker out in this joint?
Oh nah, these Johns definitely out the box. I ain't that fancy now. I wish I was able to hit you with some fresh from scratch brownies, but nah, I gotta keep it a little more simple. PJ, what's good? What's good? You see the self props, PJ. Let me tell you something, PJ. It's a big week up in this household. A brother turns 25 this year. You know what I'm saying? I may look 30 something, but I'm really turning 25. So, you know what I'm saying? It's Liddy in the city around here. You know what I'm saying?
Liddy in the city. All right. As always, if you hit us in the comments, we talk back. My man said 25 is Liddy in the city. It's gonna be a great episode tonight. I'm excited. We are already starting off on a good foot. As always, this show is brought to you by goingfor2.com. Head over to goingfor2.com for all your daily fantasy needs and advice. Listen to them, win some money, report that money to the IRS because they will come for their share, and enjoy yourself. Also, this show is sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped is awesome, and they support the show, and they have the best men's below the waist grooming on the market. They offer precision engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, and we have an exclusive offer for our listeners, 20% off, free shipping with the code Speak On It. They hooked us up with their lawnmower 3.0. It's their third generation trimmer. It's amazing. It's waterproof. I feel so much have more confidence shaving my boys. It has an LED light. I'm just going to give you a list of things that it doesn't have. It's a lot shorter than what it does do. And while we're here, it's also fair to mention that you should not be using the same razor that you shave your face with to shave your balls, because that's disgusting, and your partner will not like that. And if you don't have a partner, your potential partner will not want to smell your undercarriage on your cheek when you go in to whisper sweet nothings in their ear. So chill on that. We don't do that around here.
He said sweet nothings in her ear.
Sweet nothing. That's old school. That's like his name escaped me. It's gonna hit me by the end of the show. I promise. Ronald Isley. There it is. That's some Ronald Isley
people.
Stuff.
He says sweet nothings in her ear. Sweet nothings in her ear. Y'all hear this old head language he giving the people? Sweet nothings in her ear.
I'll give you a hint. I turned 25, 7 years ago. I'm long in the tooth. I'm washed.
I'm not turning 29.
No. Yeah, I misunderstood. Yeah, 29 minus 4. Yeah, I'm 7 years older than 20. Fine. Replace the NE with the VE. Just know I'm old. How about that? Just know I'm old and washed.
You got the old head lingo on lock.
Yeah, and I'm proud of that. But again, manscaped.com, 20% off. Speak On It, free shipping. Head over there. Take care of your balls. Your balls take care of you every single time. Are you ready?
Let's get into it, man.
This first topic is kind of serious, and it might not seem serious to some of you, but for me, it's kind of personal. So this man, Tim Tebow, back in the NFL, he signed a 1-year deal with the Jaguars to play, wait for it, tight end of all positions, a position he's never played before, especially on the professional level. D, before I go off and scorch the earth, is this a good idea?
I don't understand it. I don't I don't necessarily understand the move at all. There's plenty of qualified good tight ends out here who are doing there's plenty of really good NFL tight ends out here, whether they're on practice squads, undrafted, so on and so forth. So what the hell made Tim Tebow better than them? How did Tim Tebow get back into the league before Colin Kaepernick? Like what as a football player has Tim Tebow done that makes you say I want his attributes more than a Kaepernick? I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe now is it the connection to Urban Meyer? I think that has a little bit more to do with it than maybe we want to give it credit for. Obviously, Urban and Tim Tebow had a great relationship, but I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get this move. You know, I guess from a football standpoint, like can he be what you need at the tight end position? Can he be a mismatch against, undersized DBs, maybe against slower, linebackers? Is that the Tim? Like, can he catch the football at that? In these tight windows? I don't know. I don't know. I don't get the move. I need a real football expert analyst to break down whether this is an understandable move or not.
So PJ, first of all, you are correct. He did play for Urban Meyer in Florida. They won a national championship together. Before we talk about Tim Tebow, I think we need to preface this conversation with this has nothing to do with Tim Tebow, the person, because Tim Tebow, the person, seems to be like an outstanding human being, right? Like this isn't a personal attack on Tim Tebow whatsoever, but this is just another episode of Good to Be White, right? Like this is insane. Tim Tebow has no business being on a football field in any capacity other than a coach. Like this. What's up, Kyle?
What's up, research? What's up, Kyle?
I feel like I saw this tweet, and it's first of all, like it's absolutely infuriating knowing that Tim Tebow is being afforded privileges, and in the next breath, Colin Kaepernick can't get that same opportunity, right? Because Colin Kaepernick, let's be very clear, even as we live and breathe today, is a better football player than Tim Tebow on every single level. Like Tim Tebow hasn't played in a regular season game in 9 years, and he hasn't been in the NFL for 6 years. And he keeps taking roster spots, not only in football, but in minor league baseball, he's taking spots from guys that who knows can turn into what, right? Like he's taking a tight end spot. I'd rather take that flyer on some kid who went to Mountain Union than a guy who never played tight end a day in his life, right? Like it's just infuriating, right? Like
it just doesn't make sense. Like schematically, I saw, what was it? PJ mentioned he's an older Taysom Hill. Okay, so say you use him in the facet that, Sean Payton used Taysom Hill. Tim Tebow is how old? Can he still do what Taysom Hill does at his age? Is he still in shape enough? Like, can he fit what you're looking for? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know who the Jaguars tight end was last year that they had on roster, I don't know. And why tight end? Like, why is that the first position that people want to just put people back in when they enter back into the league? Why tight end?
Well, he should have been tight end from the beginning, right? Like, and this is just another chapter in the overarching theme of Tim Tebow's story, right? Because he comes out of Florida. We knew he wasn't a good passer, right? Like if he were anyone else, like if Lamar Jackson had the same throwing motion as Tim Tebow, he would never have gotten a shot. So Tim Tebow gets taken in the first round. He goes 9-7. He has that little lucky pass to beat Pittsburgh, and now all of a sudden he's bulletproof. Like, no, Tim Tebow, like you see guys like Greg Ward, Terrell Pryor, who don't even get the opportunity to play quarterback in the NFL, who are way better passers than Tim Tebow by a mile. Like there's no human being on this earth who will look at me and say Tim Tebow can throw a football better than Greg Ward or Terrell Pryor, or any of these other quarterbacks who don't even get the opportunity to play in the quarterback in the NFL for whatever reason. I mean, we know the reason, right? Like they told Lamar Jackson he should have transferred to a wide receiver. Like had he not won unanimous MVP 2 years ago, they'd be questioning him still. I mean, they still question him, right? Like Josh Allen, he turned the corner, absolutely. But when he first turned into the league, He should have been a tight end. Like if Josh Allen was Jaheim Allen coming from Wyoming, guess what? He would have been a tight end. He never would have been drafted as a quarterback.
First off, my brother, let me tell you something. Bold of you to assume there'd be any Jahims in the state of Wyoming.
That's fair.
Hey man, I'm just saying, ain't nothing against my Wyomingers out here. Shout out, I got love for Wyoming, but let's just be honest. How many brothers out there?
So
that's not named Kanye. That's not named Kanye.
It's not named Kanye.
Yeah.
So PJ says something very interesting. Don't
What's
take
good,
this the wrong
for
way.
two was good.
But Cap can't read a defense, and that's coming from a Niners fan. What the hell can Tim Tebow do? Like what? I don't care what you got to say about Kaepernick. I said, what the hell does Tim Tebow do better than Colin Kaepernick but tie shoes and pray? And that's no offense. Like
beat Ben Roethlisberger in a playoff.
That was
game, bro.
You can't be trash for 3.5 quarters and then throw 2 bombs and expect me to be. Those are some of the ugliest football games. Like Tim Tebow does not.
Hey man, that game winner to this day still makes me laugh because like it was an ugly throw. Had the defender actually made the catch, it would have just been a catch and gain and not a catch and run.
But if Tim's Tebow was named Tremaine, he would have never been in the NFL because he can't throw.
But hey man, he let them Gators and he came
if his name was Tremaine Tebow, he would have never gotten the opportunity to play quarterback in the NFL. And
exactly. See, that's what I'm saying, PJ. He came in the SEC and he was doing his thing.
I don't give a damn where he came from. How many SEC quarterbacks are good in the SEC and then flame out? Like when we talk about skills that are transferable to the NFL, Tim Tebow has 0.
Hey, I'm not arguing with you there. I'm just over here playing a little devil's advocate.
He has the leadership.
I'm out here talking for the potential Tebow supporters.
Hey,
the ones that are saying he deserves a shot.
He does not. Like, there's nothing he does that the NFL coach will be like, oh yeah, I need that. Like, he's a great leader.
So absolutely. What if I tell you that Tim Tebow comes out here and gives the team 40 catches for 500 yards and 3 touchdowns?
Tim Tebow's stats this year is going to be 1 catch for 3 yards, and he's going to be out there blocking. Right? Like if Tim Tebow's on the
field, what
field,
happens if he has upwards of like 40 catches for maybe like 300-400 yards?
If he has that many catches, I will eat I'll eat a ghost pepper on this camera. On God, because that's not happening. Tim Tebow is not a tight end at all.
I mean, I know he's not, but it's gonna be funny. I hope when the season starts and he becomes like a mid-tier tight end that we revisit this conversation.
Dog. Like if I'm Kyle Rudolph or Jordan Reed sitting on my sofa and see Tim Tebow get a deal before me, I'm setting.
Wait, Kyle Rudolph's not in the league?
No, Kyle Rudolph is a free agent, if I'm not mistaken, and so is Jordan Reed. I think Jordan Reed retired though. But like if I'm Kyle Rudolph or any of these free agent tight ends and Tim Tebow, again, 9 years without being in a regular season game, just comes off his minor league baseball, his terrible campaign, and now he's a tight end in the NFL. Like, PJ, you're being too nice. He's not a gadget player. He's not anything. He's not an NFL player. He's not going to do anything. He's slow as creek water. What kind of route is Tim Tebow going to run? Walk me through this.
He's going to hit somebody with that.
With that what?
That's the move. That's his move.
With the what? Who falling for that?
He gonna hit him with the shifty shoulders.
Who falling for that? That sneaky athleticism? Is that what he gonna hit him with? Tell me. Y'all tell me. Someone tell me what route Tim Tebow gonna excel at. I'm waiting for it. Tell me.
Hey, he gonna hit him with the.
he gonna run 3 yards and turn around. That's what we did to the big kids in flag football, right? To get him a touchdown in flag football. Hey, dog, snap the ball and turn around. I'm gonna pitch it to you.
Oh man,
that is the Tim Tebow. And if Tim Tebow, I will tell you this. Because I talked to someone today, and they're like, he's their reserve backup. If Tim Tebow was throwing a pass for you in any capacity, you've already lost. That's it. You might put your center out there to throw the
ball. Bro said if Tim Tebow's in your football game, you are not winning that football game.
You are not like we're at the point in Urban Meyer's coaching career, his professional coaching career, that we're like, what the hell is he doing? Like he's hired Chris Doyle from Ira, the racist strength and conditioning coach. Had to fire him because the media was like, hey, dog, he's a racist. And and Urban had to act stupid, and now you hire in Tim Tebow. Like, if I'm Trevor Lawrence, can we redo this draft? Y'all take Justin. Y'all take someone else, because I don't want to be in Jacksonville with this moron who keep hiring all his homies.
Trevor ain't trying to go to no Chicago. Nah,
Hey,
Trevor said he's trying to be where it's sunny at and where the baddies at.
No way, Tebow is no. Yeah, you're right.
Married, though. He is married though, but he wanted to be where it's sunny at and where the baddies at.
Dog.
He's trying to be a Duval. Trevor knew he wanted to be a Duval.
Dog. Who said the bus route back home? Yes, that's the best route Tebow runs. Is the bus route back home. Exactly. Because he does not deserve. I wouldn't hire him to be a fullback. Like, what does Tim Tebow do well?
I'm telling you, it's gonna be so funny. The person that he hits him with the and
you know what? I'll tell you this: if there's a linebacker that is covering him and falls for that, I bet you they'll be cut the next day.
Well, it's funny you say that because they'll probably be on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Get out of my face, dog! I'm not the most athletic man in the world, and I have a bad.
Hey man, Tim Tebow will give you 6 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown.
Dog, I can guard Tim Tebow, and I have a bad hip. Like, you tell me one thing Tim Tebow does well.
Tim Tebow gonna give y'all Tim Tebow gonna give y'all 8 receptions, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Where? In what universe?
America, you heard it right here. America, you heard it right here. Tim Tebow gonna give the Eagles at least 4 catches, at least 30 yards, at least 1 tutty.
No. I was pissed when they signed him the first time. Can you imagine running a trick play with Tim Tebow and it takes him 30 seconds to wind up to throw it 30 yards down?
Oh, man. How does Big Ben get away with losing to Tim Tebow in the postseason? Like, people just like overlook that on his playoff resume or on his resume.
See, PJ say, I don't know. Like, I feel like Steelers fans, like, that's out of that didn't happen. That was a fluke. That's that mile high air. Dog, this is the only thing you'll run Tim Tebow is the option in the wing T. We're going back to the 40s.
Oh man,
we're running offenses from World War II when Tim Tebow.
Not the wing T. You run. Look, man, and this goes back to our previous conversation. If you was out here running the wing T or the triple option as a football offense, shame on you.
Yeah, we ran the single wing when I was in high school and we went to states.
Y'all's terrible. Get some athletes. Throw the damn football. Get some routes. Make a defense have to defend you.
Ran the single A, dog. Let me tell you something. There's something about running an offense that people know is coming and still can't stop it.
That's annoying. Because what happens when most teams just figure out a game plan of how to beat you?
Hey, dog.
Don't be hating on the wing.
Yeah, the wing T is special, dog. The wing T. We can talk trash about the triple. Hold on. PJ said he's not that bad. You hate him. I do not hate Tim Tebow. I do not hate Tim Tebow, the person that hate what he represents.
My friend.
And PJ, you still haven't told me one good thing Tim Tebow does well on the NFL level. Nothing. He does absolutely nothing well on the NFL
PJ,
level.
when Tim Tebow give his Eagles fits in the regular season, we're gonna have a real good laugh about it.
I'll say,
right, what's next? Holla at me about what's next.
Okay, but before last thing, Tim Tebow's not going to make the roster, and he's not even going to make the roster. Oh. Next topic: LeBron's ankle. He is clear for tomorrow night. He wasn't going to play tonight. Changed his mind. He's not playing tonight. So he's going to play tomorrow night against the Rockets. Can your Lakers avoid the play-in tournament?
It's gonna be tricky. I think it's gonna. So it comes down to our schedule versus the Blazers' schedule. I think the Blazers have the harder schedule. Obviously, our games are gonna be more crucial because we're gonna need the Blazers to lose, and we're gonna have to obviously win. But with that being said, I think there's a good chance. I think we can avoid the play-in tournament. I mean, hey, let me tell you something. You're starting to see the way Anthony Davis is playing basketball as of late. He's starting to make some moves. He's starting to look like Anthony Davis. Slowly, he knocking some rust off, but he's starting to look like Anthony Davis. Now I'm hearing LeBron is a little bit more pain-free. He's moving well. He should be back soon. I don't know when Dennis is going to get back. I think it's going to come down to the last game of the season whether or not we whether or not we avoid the play-in tournament. I think we ultimately end up do avoiding the play-in tournament. But if we don't, no one wants to play the Lakers in the damn play-in tournament. That's worse. What's the point of basically trying to win out the back half of a shortened season to then face a healthy LeBron and AD play-in tournament? Then if you're a 1 or 2 seed, then you have the benefit of getting them fresh out. Come on, man. I mean, it's unfortunate for either Utah or the Suns that they did all that work and this is the team they're going to get, but they got to be healthy first or it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly if they're not healthy.
Yo, the chat is flaming LeBron right now, and I don't understand why. Why all this hate for LeBron?
LeBron has sissyitis. Hey, man, don't do my man's like that. He got see, the thing is, an ankle injury is kind of serious, especially when you're moving as that explosive as LeBron is. An ankle injury, you don't play with that. You see what happened. You see how long it took Steph in those ankles and how they're kind of careful with him and his ankles. Ankle injuries, man, they're especially with, and then he's going to try to play in the Olympics too, assuming they make the finals. And I'm like, I don't know if that's really worth it, But
as someone who has tried to play on a sprained ankle, it takes a long time to get to 100%. So, I'm not mad at LeBron at all. But will you guys avoid the play-in tournament? I think you will. So you guys have 4 games left. You play the Knicks tonight. You're going to lose that game. You play the Rockets, the Pacers, and the Pelicans. You'll probably win those 3 games, right? The Blazers have the Jazz, the Suns, and the Nuggets. I think they lose 2 out of those 3, and that's going to be enough. And just in case the Mavericks fall off the rails, they play the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, and the Raptors. I think they beat the Pels and the Raptors to secure that 5th spot and avoid the play-in tournament. But back to what you said about no one wants to play the Lakers in the play-in tournament, I don't think that's true. I think no one wants to play Steph Curry and the Warriors. I said this last week, and I'm going to stick to it. No one wants to see Steph in a 1-game go-home scenario at all. Avoid that like the plague. Now, I think
if you had a choice between having to play 1 game against Steph in the Monsters Inc. crew or Anthony Davis and LeBron James, I mean, that's just I don't know if you really want to have to deal with that challenge. I mean, the Steph challenge is going to be ridiculous, but your attention would be fully on Steph Curry. You just got to hope that if a Draymond Green or an Andrew Wiggins beat you, you can live with that, right?
But at the same time, do you want to try to regain your chemistry against the greatest shooter ever? Right? Because I'd rather you make the playoffs as a 4 seed and play the Nuggets and over 7 games, get your win back and build your chemistry and eliminate the Nuggets than just depend on
Can we be a 4 seed? We're a 7 seed now.
I'm sorry. We're the standings. I just had them. You're right. Like if you guys were the 6th seed and you get then you got to play the Clippers.
Yeah, which I think the Lakers don't want to do. The Lakers don't want to see the Clippers that early because I think they know.
Yeah.
They know they can. I think they know they can beat the Suns and the Jazz.
I know it sucks, but you guys would be better off. Hopefully the Grizzlies jump the Warriors, and you guys play the Grizzlies for the 7th seed and get the Suns, right? That's the best case scenario for you guys because you guys will beat the Suns in 7.
I think we can beat the Grizzlies. I think we can beat the Warriors. I think we can beat the Suns. I think we can beat the Jazz if we have in the first round.
I'm not saying you can't beat the Warriors. I'm just saying I don't even want to put myself in that position where I have to play Steph in a win or go home situation. Again, if it was the Warriors over 7 games, absolutely go for it. You guys beat the Warriors in 5 or 6. But one night, Steph against LeBron and AD, again, Steph has the potential to go nuclear and send you to the 8th seed to play the winner of the 9-10 game. That's something I don't want. I don't want to see that. Steph is throwing a banana number. His numbers are bananas this year.
That's a good point. I think the most important thing is LeBron being healthy, man.
Right.
I think with the way AD starting to come to form, if LeBron starts getting to where he's feeling good, he's moving well. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be a long path, but it could be a very unfortunate path if you're a 1 or 2 seed because you had a great season. And these the MFs you got to get,
At the same time, I feel like if I'm the Jazz or the Suns, I want the Lakers so I can make a statement. right? Can you imagine if the Jazz beat the Lakers in the first round, the kind of statement that sends to the Western Conference that they're legit? Because we all sleeping on the Jazz. Like I haven't seen one person be like, "Oh man, watch out for the Jazz. They're going to the finals." Like absolutely.
Well, they've been kind of reeling. They've been falling off a little bit.
Yeah, that three ball's not dropping. That three ball gets a little bit smaller when it comes playoff time. That's the problem when you lead the league in threes. Like it's cool when you're making all of them, but we've seen the Rockets fold in the playoffs because playoff three is different.
And I think Donovan Mitchell's still recovering from some injuries. So
yeah,
Jazz. I mean, they're going to, they're just trying to make it to the playoffs and then see what it is from there. But I'm
excited to see Devin Booker in the playoffs. He's gonna eat.
What happens if the Lakers beat the Suns first in the first round?
I don't think that's a shock, right? This is Devin Booker's first time in the playoffs.
But then what do we say about CP3? Like, where does that leave CP3?
The same spot he's been in his entire career. I don't think it hurts his legacy to lose in the first round. I mean, he was the Clippers. They never made the Western Conference Finals, and that team was stacked. Like, I don't think it hurts Chris Paul's legacy whatsoever. I think they've overachieved so much that if they lose in the first round, everyone just be like, oh, okay. Like again, we've talked about this. Like superstars have to face heartbreak before reaching the hump. Like, okay, this is Devin Booker's heartbreak.
Yeah. I agree, Jeff. If the Jazz or Suns really have championship ideas, they might as well get LA in round one and see what you're about.
Oh, we have a Jazz fan in the comments. Hold on now. Go Jazz. Get Conley and Mitchell. We're going to be a force. A force for who? Ain't nobody scared of the Jazz, dog. Ain't no one out here. Ain't nobody out here checking for Utah. I promise you that, fam.
Hey, man.
It's going to be cute in the first round.
I'm waiting until the matchups come out before I say they're losing in 5, they're losing in 6. But just know I got some thoughts.
Just know if they get matched up against the Lakers, I'm running to the bed and I'm putting my money on the Lakers in 6. I don't care what LeBron ankle look like. Ain't no way Rudy Gobert got it. I know he's a great defender, but dog, Anthony Davis going to eat on that man. That's barbecue chicken. Pull that man out the post and eat him alive. Ain't nobody checking.
The streets say that playing Gobert is an automatic 10-10 for whoever he's guarding.
And he's in
20-10 for whoever.
And it's crazy because the advanced numbers say he is an elite defender and he's in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, and he is. But at the same time, dog, someone look me in my face and say, you know what? I rather had Rudy Gobert over Anthony Davis.
I mean, yeah, the among the league, he is viewed as a good defender, but not viewed as, I'm trying to be respectful here.
He's not viewed as like a star.
Yeah. Yes, what you're saying.
Hey, dog.
Ain't
nobody checking for Utah. I'll say ain't nobody checking for Utah. Like if y'all make it to the Western Conference Finals, that's a success. Y'all ain't got no answer for the
dirty game.
Y'all ain't got no answer for Anthony Davis. Like you can only depend on Donovan Mitchell shooting, 12 or 32 every night before ain't nobody checking for Utah. I don't not that I'm hating on Utah. I just don't think that 3 ball is going to drop at the same rate as it does during the regular season, right? Teams that rely on the 3, stop sipping on the haterade. Hey, y'all got to prove it to me. You got to prove it to me, dog.
Oh,
how many times
you a hater?
How many times we've seen the Rockets hit all these threes in a regular season? Like the only reason it works for the Warriors because they have
the street is saying this is a different team. The streets is saying this is the Utah Jazz.
All right, man.
They legit this year. That's what the street's saying. That's what the street's saying.
All right, man. I hear you,
Jazz Nation. I see you, Jazz Nation.
And I like Donovan Mitchell, right? Like I really like Donovan Mitchell.
Jazz Nation.
But Jazz fans, y'all out here wilding. Y'all talking like y'all been winning championships forever. Like this ain't nothing new. Come on, dog.
I see you, Jazz Nation.
Come on, dog. Last time y'all relevant, you had Andre Karolinko. Y'all had them ugly joints, and Carlos Boozer had the spray painted joint. I remember. I was there.
Oh man.
How do we get Tebow on the Jazz? Hey man,
Yeah, I'm paying good money for that.
this show gonna get canceled. I'm not saying they winning the
I
championship.
told you. That's what I said. This is Jazz.
No one's saying they winning the championship.
This Jazz team is different. That's what
if they're not winning the championship, who cares?
What the streets is saying right.
So the bar is in hell. So let me get this straight. We're not here to win the championship. We just want to be good. What? What?
They said you're not putting enough respect on their name.
They're the one seed. Like, they're an excellent team. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I'm saying if they face the Lakers in the first round, they're going home early. How you gonna get in the chat and tell me we're not winning the championship?
Oh man,
y'all, you the one seed. Like y'all pushing for a championship.
Oh man. All right. What's next? Holla at me.
I love y'all in the chat, by the way. This is fun. I appreciate y'all coming and rocking with us and sitting through my Jazz and Tebow slander. It means the world. So the next one is we're going Tebow can't play basketball. You can see by the way he throw, he can't shoot for anything. That man probably.
Oh man.
All right, so next one. So this one is also, this is gonna be real quick. So Kent Bazemore made a little side comment that Bradley Beal took personal. Kent Bazemore pretty much said that dudes are hurting their hamstrings, i.e. Bradley Beal, trying to keep up with Steph to win the scoring title. And then Bradley Beal goes on this thread and like calls Bazemore a clown, keep my name out your mouth. You don't know how hard I work. And then he took it to another level, went on First Take today and continued his slander on Kent Bazemore. And I want to know how this is such great entertainment for the NBA. Why can't we get more of this?
I'm going to keep this short and sweet, America. Kent Bazemore, that was a bozo-ass comment, and you deserve this slander. You bozo.
Oh, boo. I mean, like,
what type of corny ass shit was that?
I think Bradley's being a little sensitive, right?
Like Bradley out here saying, "Yo, bro, I'm out here. My hamstring hurting because I'm out here busting my ass. I'm putting in real minutes. You out here doing cardio, Kent Bazemore.
That's fair. But I'm saying
you out here doing cardio. You out here just following Steph Curry around. I'm out here giving buckets, leading the league, tied for the league leader in scoring. You out here running cardio. Shut the hell up when you talking when no one's talking to you. That's what he really saying. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what Bradley Beal saying. Shut the hell up. You do what you do, and I'm gonna keep getting my buckets. You coat rider. That's what he's saying.
But that's one to two tweets responding. Cool. This man went on. He made a thread, and then he going on First Take. Like, dog, he didn't say Bradley Beal or trash. He just made a little joke, a little side mark. I get it, right? Like, you should be upset, but the amount of the way Brad just went out his way to slander that man, like, my goodness, dog.
I mean, if Kent Bazemore is real, it's like, yo, shots fired back. Like, what's good? Say, yo, how about you worry about getting your team in the playoffs?
That's all he had to say. Like, that's it. Like, all Brad had to say is.
And then Bradley Beal would have been like, motherfucker, you worry about you getting your team in the playoffs.
Now, granted, this is great TV. Like, this is why the NBA is the best league in the world, because stuff like this. Like, I thoroughly enjoy it. But I was like, come on, dog. Like the thread, like the 7-tweet thread was kind of like, and then I saw him on First Take. Like, you went to Stephen A. and Max Kellerman to talk about this?
They was eating this up. Max Kellerman was throwing out the big words and whatnot. Oh man. I think it's funny. People, this is why the NBA is the best league in sports. If it was the NFL, they'd be like, oh, you can't do that. This guy's a cancer. And then the NBA, that general manager's over there looking like, hey man, I ain't even touching this.
Whatever. and then in baseball, someone will throw a 90-mile-per-hour ball at your face for having fun.
Yeah.
So, those are both those. All right, last topic of the night. It's nothing to do with sports, but it's such a great story. We wanted to talk about it. J-Lo breaks up with A-Rod.
Let's talk about it.
And over the weekend, she was caught with Ben Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
And was Ben in the DMs dirty macking the whole time.
People, America, and I'm going to sit up when I speak on this. People, this is a classic example of dirty macking. Exhibit A. J-Lo was she engaged?
Yeah, they were engaged. That was a big rock.
She was engaged to a good man. A
We don't know if
brother with
A-Rod. I
bread.
mean, A-Rod did do steroids.
She was engaged to Alex Rodriguez, a questionable man. They break up. Next thing you know, people, she's seen with Ben Affleck. Now, I'm not here to say anything bad about Ben Affleck, but Ben, you knew you was dirty macking. You knew they was on the outs, and you slid in there talking about some. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to make sure everything's going well. You sly dog, you. You sly dog, Batman. That's why your ass got that Batman versus Superman role. I see you sly dog, you, Ben Affleck. Hey, as a brother, salute, because J-Lo.
Oh my God.
J-Lo?
Ben Affleck
Now,
repeated
as a brother, I'm here to say, hey, man, you ain't got to be dirty macking. People, dirty macking is never right. It's never right. For this, we must put Ben Affleck in the Dirty Mackin' Hall of Fame.
Hey, that's a new thing. All right, Dirty Mackin' Hall of Fame. My first inductee is Ben Affleck. But also, Dirty Mackin' if you're not ready to get your ass kicked, then you shouldn't be Dirty Mackin'. Like that's rule number one of Dirty Mackin'. Ben Affleck adopted one of the commandments from the Bible of future. She belonged to the streets.
Now, granted, I mean, I don't blame him because that's Jennifer Lopez. Salute to Jennifer Lopez. But come on, you dirty man. He must have thought he was Bruce Wayne in real life.
That dog. Can you imagine Ben Affleck's agent sending him a text like, "Hey yo, she free. It's time. Bet. Let me holler at her.
Let me finish this taking Gotham and I'll be right there."
Hey dog, he said, "I'm not a real superhero anyway. I'm just rich. Let me flaunt this dough." I mean,
but he in the Dirty Mackin' Hall of Fame. People, let me tell you something. For all my brothers out there, if you didn't know, Dirty Mackin' is when you know a woman got a man. You know she booed up. You know she in a situation, but you shoot your shot anyway, and you plant the seeds that's pretty much preying on the demise of that brother in hopes that when that tower falls, your tower will then begin to start being built.
So here's my response to that. And Kyle, that episode of South Park is funny. Do you want to pick up, you're shooting your shot? Because again, I've been to Dirty Mac many times in my life. I'm married now and I love my wife. But back, when I was younger, back in the day in college, oh yeah, I would Dirty Mac in high school. I stopped Dirty Macking because I hit on the star basketball player's girlfriend. She was so cute. And I shot my shot. We started right next to each other, and and he caught me outside in the hallway and wanted to fight one day. And I was like, oh, there's consequences to this.
Bro said, I'm outside. I'm outside.
Yeah, like I walked into school and he walked up and he was like, what's good? And by the time I realized what was happening,
hey, bro, was around. I'm outside.
That was a rough day, though.
Hey, man, let me tell you, you know what? I'm not going to say anything on wax that might incriminate myself in terms of dirty macking.
Oh, yeah. This is a no snitching hotline. We don't do that here. So Ben Affleck is, what we're going to do? We should make I'm going to take this art down and I'm going to make a Dirty Mackin' Hall of Fame. And I'm going to put
people, if you got any examples of stories of people out here dirty macking,
hey,
holler at us. We can determine if they are a recipient that should be inducted into the dirty macking.
Yeah, tweet us at Speak On It Pod. You got something you want to talk about?
I am going to finish us off for the day by letting y'all know of a little story. So if you've been following along with the Speak On It podcast, weeks and weeks and weeks ago, I told you that in my fantasy basketball league, I made a trade. And originally the trade was Chris Paul and Mike Conley for Luka Doncic, Domantas Sabonis. No, it was Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and Darius Baisley for Luka Doncic, Domantas Sabonis, right? And the league vetoed it. And I was in an uproar about it because this trade was fairly agreed upon. This other guy on the other end really wanted to get this trade done. So I go on an uproar. I go full Al Davis here. I say I'm getting ready to leave this league if this trade doesn't go through because this was fairly agreed upon and this is against the rules. And I'm about to go full Al Davis and sue the league. I was looking into a lawyer and everything, people. I was pulling out all the Karen cards. So then I think of an even better offer. I think of a new offer. I say instead of Chris Paul, how about Mike Conley, DeAndre Ayton, and Darius Baisley for Luka and Domantas Sabonis? People, this league is not only accepted, but it silently goes through waivers and it is submitted and claimed, right? This is mid-February. My team is 3-6. My best player, Anthony Davis, is shelved. He is done for the season. My current best player at the time is Kyrie Irving, who some weeks plays, some weeks does not play. My next most consistent player was Chris Paul, who I almost traded, but the league decided not to let me trade him, so I get to keep him. I then get to add Luka Doncic and Domantas Sabonis. And all I had to do, people, was give up Mike Conley, DeAndre Ayton, and Darius Baisley. Keep these names in mind, people. So at the time, I am 3-6 when this trade happens. Over the course of the back half of the season, I lose 2 games, people. I go 6-2. I go whatever. I only lost 2 of my last games from Valentine's Day to the end of the season. I'll give you the rundown of those 2 losses. One game, Kyrie Irving didn't play. The other game, I intentionally benched half my team so I'd have a favorable matchup in the playoffs because I knew I'd clinched a spot. In the playoffs, people, I beat, as a 6th seed, people, as the 6th and final seed, I beat the 3rd seed, the 2 seed, and the 1 seed on my way to a fantasy basketball championship. So, to all my fantasy players out here, when the league vetoes your trade, push harder for it. And I hope you then get the trade, you win the league, so you can say what I'm getting ready to say. Kiss my ass. I won the fucking league. Next time, you don't interfere with trades because you are playing with fire. I'm the champion. I win. I'm the wheeling, dealing, limo riding, jack stealing, whoa, champion of the world. And I'm going to talk my shit into the beginning of the next NBA fantasy basketball season. Thank you, people. That is all.
I got nothing. That might be the best thing.
And mind you, the championship game wasn't even close. I blew this guy out of the water. And now I'm done.
I got nothing. That was beautiful. That was a piece of art. Like the build of the story, the climax. Like that was well done. So it's time to go home. Like it's time for altar call, right? Is there one?
Hey, people. Before we go, thank y'all for pulling up. Thank y'all for all the love today. It's just been one of the best shows without damaging precious recording equipment. It's been a wonderful show, one of my favorite. Hey, keep hope alive. Stay strong. We'll be back next week. Danny Ocean, you know it's all love, brother.
It's all love. Again, the show is brought to you by goingfor2.com. Head over to Manscaped, 20% off, free shipping with the code SPEAK on it. D, I think that's it for us. Let's say goodbye to the people.
People, you already know what it is. It's Los D Mix, and you know what it is. I'm coming to you all night. I'm about to turn 25, hey, 25, riding out to it. Ooh, ooh.
Happy birthday. Peace.